Looking for a late round quarterback that can help win you your league? Well, never fear. Michael Fabiano is here with his top 5 sleeper picks at the position. Fabs, let's count them down, starting with number 5.
And we'll start off with Trevor Lawrence, who, the rookie year was not good. I give him a pass. Urban Meyer, that thing was a mess. Now the Jags bring in, of course, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan Engram. So he's got more weapons there in the passing game. I think he could be a nice value.
Moving up to number 4, who's the next guy up?
Let's go with Justin Fields. And I get it. The Bears wide receiver core is really no great shakes, but they do have Darnell Mooney. I like Cole Kmet. And what I love about Fields is that he can run with the ball. He had 420 rushing yards in only 12 games last year. And if you can run with the ball to quarterback, well, you know what? You're still going to have some value, even if the passing game has question marks.
At number 3, you've got a guy that got some new weapons in the offseason.
And that's Tua Tagovailoa. He is a sleeper type who, let's just say, I love what the Dolphins did in the offseason. I still have question marks about what he can do, and the schedule is going to be very tough. But when you bring in Tyreek Hill, when you have Jalen Waddle, when you bring in Cedric Wilson and Teron Armstead to secure that offensive line, Tua's got a lot to prove. And he's got every weapon around him to really become a fantasy asset this season.
And speaking of weapons, your next QB on the list certainly has at least 1, maybe 3 of the best.
Derek Carr is in a great spot. He has his old pal from Fresno State, Davante Adams, now in the passing game. Carr was the QB 14 last year. He was only 44 points out of being the QB 10. I think he can make up those 44 points now that he has Davante Adams in the mix. Derek Carr maybe isn't a sleeper by the traditional definition, but certainly a guy who can be a very good draft value.
Derek Carr certainly due for some positive touchdown regression, and Davante Adams, the perfect weapon to add that. And finally, number 1, who is your number 1 sleeper pick that could really go off and win some leagues this year?
I love me some Trey Lance. I love mobile quarterbacks. And this is a guy who rushed for over 1,000 yards one season over at North Dakota State. I get it. The competition was not great. He showed a little bit last year, didn't play much because Jimmy Garoppolo was a starter. But when you combined a mobile quarterback, a guy who was accurate in college, with Kyle Shanahan, the offensive mastermind, I would not be shocked if Trey Lance was a top 10 quarterback in fantasy at the end of this season.
There you go, folks. And for all of our sleepers, busts, picks, and more, be sure to check us out at si.com. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we'll be bringing you more fantasy football content throughout the season.